What's going on, everybody? Lauren over here at Planet Podcast and TMF Apparel USA. And if there's anything I like more than fights, I don't know what it is. I love fight night, and I have been waiting on this fight. Honestly, I didn't even care about this fight. I've been waiting on Francis Ngannou to fight just about anybody since he got this belt. So tonight is a big night, UFC 270. Francis Ngannou, Cyril Gane. Let's go over the main card. I'm not really going to touch base on the undercards because I just don't really care that much about those fighters. But let's look at the main card. We're going to go down them one by one. Michael Morales, Trevin Giles, welterweight bout. Looks like they're pretty much even on the odds. I'm going to go with Michael Morales in this fight. I don't follow these fighters, but I'm going to say Michael Morales is probably going to take the win. On this one, moving on to bantamweight, Said Nurmagomedov. It's hard to bet against Nurmagomedov. Let's just be honest. Everyone that comes out of Khabib's camp is a freaking straight up monster. I'm going to go with Nurmagomedov's 9 times out of 10, to be honest with you, because the guys are just straight up killers. Moving on to Michael Pereira, Andre, I'm going to butcher that name, so I'm not going to say it. Dialho, I don't know. Michael Pereira, I'm going to give him the winning one on that one. I'm going to go with Pereira over Andre. We'll see what happens. Another welterweight bout. So that's 2 welterweight bouts on this main card here. Moving on, the only fights that we really care about, Brandon Moreno and Figueiredo. Man, look, I think Moreno is going to take him only because I think he just has so much more to prove being the champ than Figueiredo does on, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I'm not going to say that he wants it more, but I think Moreno wants to retain it more. He's beat him. I think he's going to beat him again and then move on. I think that's what's going to end up happening in that bout. How's it going to happen? He choked him out last time. I'd be stunned to say that he's not going to do it again. I think it will be a submission. For me, the flyweight guys, it's hard to knock them out because they're just not as big of dudes. They don't have as much body mass. They don't hit as hard. I think they can take a lot of damage because they just don't hit that hard. And that's just fact. It's just physics. So I think it'll be another submission, if not go all the way through 5 rounds. I think that we could see that happen. So I'm going to go with Moreno via submission. I'm not going to put a round on it, but I think that's what will happen. Big fight of the night. Francis Ngannou, Cyril Gane. I was saying that Francis was pretty much going to stop anyone in his path because he is an absolute monster of a man. The guy is huge. He's built like a tank. He constantly posts up videos of him just getting punched left and right, and it unfazes him. Arguably, he's not getting punched by someone the same size as him. It's always somebody a little bit smaller. But still, he's a monster of a dude. But then when you look at Gane next to him, it's hard to argue that Gane is not also a pretty freak of a dude. You know, he's huge. He's got a lot more well-rounded fighting skills than Ngannou. It's hard to say that he doesn't have knockout power. He definitely does. And I would like to see this fight probably hit the ground and Gane just smother him like he did Derek Lewis. Will it happen? I don't know. Francis Ngannou is a strong, muscular beast of a dude. It's going to be hard to get him on the ground. But if Ngannou gets a good strike on Gane, it could be lights out. Normally, I would just say put everything on Ngannou. But I think Cyril Gane might pull this off, especially with just where Ngannou's head has been of late. Cyril Gane just wants to be UFC heavyweight champ. Ngannou wants to focus on how much money he's getting paid, whether or not he can go box people. He wants to do all this other stuff. I don't think his head's in the game. I think the last 6-7 months really changed him. A lot has happened, maybe in his personal life, that has changed the way he feels about what he's doing. And I think for Cyril Gane, there's more on the line. So I'm going to say Cyril Gane. I want to say these two are going to go to a knockout, but Gane might try to make a point and submit him. And keep in mind, that's a big dude to submit in just about any way, shape, or form. Like, one of those guys get a hold of you. That's just a big dude, man. I don't know. It's hard to see them say they're going to go to submission and not be a knockout. And I think maybe just out of sheer I don't know, will, determination, wanting to prove a point that they might try to knock each other out. But I still think Cyril Gain will win. I do not think it will go 5 rounds. I don't think Francis has 5 rounds in the tank. I think if it gets into championship rounds, Francis Ngannou is going to be in serious trouble. But we'll see what happens. Main card kicks off just under 2 hours. These guys probably won't fight till after midnight. So we'll come back and touch base with this and see how it did. Hope you guys like it. I will have whoever wins merch available. I've got Cyril Gane shirts on deck. I'm going to drop some Francis Ngannou shirts if anyone cares. You can check them out in the link below for the merch. And see you guys after fight night.